Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing number 4 from Johanna Basford's Advent Calendar, and what I'm going to start with on this one is the sky. We've got the moon and the stars and things, so I think we need to put in some sort of sky so that these stand out a little bit more. So I have got my Ergosoft number, gosh it's blurred, hang on, let's pop it down for you there, number 63, and the plan is just to do something really light. So I'm going to do little circles and press ever so gently on the page so that it's hardly any pigment going onto the page really, but just enough to create a feeling of evening or darkness. Now take it slowly when you do this because you don't want to see all the little lines in the paper, and that's why I'm doing this little round and round movement, because that tends to help to eliminate that effect. If you do it that way or this way, you get a stripy effect on there. So I'm just going to go all around this sort of sky area very, very gently with this blue pencil. And I'm really enjoying this lovely calendar, such a lovely gift from Johanna to us all for Christmas. And actually, because of the way the year's been, we've actually decided to treat ourselves this year as a family of 4, and we've actually got 2 advent calendars each. So we've all got a Lego advent calendar and a sort of traditional paper calendar with the pictures, just pictures behind the windows. We were also, I used an excuse to justify buying them. Both of them were bought from local independent sellers on a high street, and obviously our high street is struggling a bit with all the closures of shops and things like that. So I thought I needed to support them, so we would treat ourselves to these 2 advent calendars each, just for fun. It's been a tough year for the children because they've got their mock GCSE exams coming up in January, so they've got a lot of hard work ahead of them as well. So I thought if we could have some fun in December as well as all the hard work, it would just be nice for them too. And although they're 15, we all still love Lego. With children at heart, it's great fun, little treat for us all. My husband's got a Star Wars one, and I've got Lego Friends, which is a nice girly one, and my one son's got the Harry Potter one, and the other one's got City, I think it is. So you can see it's just a very light indication of darkness without being overly dark. We don't want it to look really dark in the picture, so that's what I decided to do, just to keep it fairly light. And now I'm going to go in and do the trees. So I'm going to use number 5, which is quite a dark green. I'm not going to press massively hard, I'm just going to keep it light, and I want you to see my stripy lines in this one because I want to give the impression of pine needles. Now it's tricky doing it like this because sometimes it can just look like you scribbled all over the picture and that it wasn't intentional. So keep them quite small. I'm taking round about the length of the lines on the edges of the trees, so then it looks more intentional, like I was trying to indicate that there's a layer of pine needles across each bit. So I start here and do my lines across to the end of the other line, and then the same here, and the same, oh that's a bit wonky, but never mind, and the same here. So that, and we've got a little bit of texture in there then. Okay, now the trunk of the tree, I'm just going to take a dark brown colour. This is number 76. That's quite light. I want to give the impression that it's slightly rounded, so I'm going to make it slightly darker on each edge, and then gently just bring in some colour towards the middle. And hopefully it will look like there's a little bit of shine on the middle and it's a little bit more rounded in that trunk rather than just being a flat thing. It's quite hard to demonstrate on such a small drawing, but hopefully it might come across. I can't really see what it looks like in the camera. Oh, it's okay, because there's writing on the screen on top of it, which isn't brilliant. Right, houses. I haven't really planned this. I'm thinking, should we have something red? It's Christmas. Let's have a red house. So let's go for number 29. I'm going to go red on this part of the house. Trying to think now, what colour am I going to do the door? And I'm doing the house red. It doesn't matter. It's just... Now I'm just putting trying to put a fairly even layer of red across the house. It's quite difficult to shade on such a little house. Maybe a little bit more under the roof, but I'll probably just go over the whole thing again anyway and just get a little bit more colour down on the paper. And then this one the same. This one hasn't got a door, I've just noticed. It's interesting. Anyway, carry on. Maybe the door must be around the side or on the back, doesn't it? Some houses don't have a front door on the front of the house. Right, there we go. Now we've got roofs to do. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to do the chimneys in the same red colour. My house, is the chimney is with the same bricks as the main part of the house. So that's why I've done it like that. I want a nice warming yellowy colour, number 11, for the windows. So because the lights would be on because it's night time. I mean, obviously you don't have the light on in every room all the time, but it just looks more jolly and welcoming, doesn't it? There we go. Looks like they're having fun in there. They're having a party or something. Now the roof. I'm going to do it just a grey colour, I think. But I'm going to use the lighter grey from the Ergosoft, which is number 80. Now, I'm going to try and do a little bit of darker near the top of each tile and lighten it towards the tip. It may not show up very well on here, but I'm just putting more layers here and lightening it down. And that's because where they overlap there will be some shadowing at the top of the tile. Some of these spaces are too small really, so it's just a case of getting some colour in them, which is always good fun. Just get the colour down on the paper, filling in all these little gaps. And then this one. Oh, I don't know if you could hear that. It's a train going by. We don't have them that often. They all seem to come by when I'm recording. And the phone always rings when I'm recording. And my husband's due home soon, so he'll probably come in before I finish this. I feel like I should be in a bit of a hurry because I think he's due home soon. He's popped out shopping to the farmer's market this morning, having just got the car serviced. He was back earlier, so he's gone to buy me some delicious bread, which I'm looking forward to, I have to say. Right, roof. So harder on this edge and then less towards the middle. Give it a bit of interest. And these tops of chimneys, I'm going to do in this colour too. Need it to be quite sharp. This pencil isn't that sharp. There we go. And now we've got the moon and stars. Now, there's a selection of options here. You could go in with your silver pen, gold pen, yellow, metallics, I'm not sure. I'm going to start by going around the edge of where the black is in a white pen to just tone it down, and then I'm going to see how well it stands out still, and whether I think it needs some extra colour or whether it will be okay as it is. So I'm just going around the edge with this. Now, because it's white, it's paint, or it's a gel pen. I have haven't shown you what it is, have I? This is my Sakura jelly roll. Obviously it takes a little while to dry, so it makes sense to do the bits at the top first. I also do the bits on the left first because I move my hand across because I'm right-handed. So it's just to make sure I don't smudge it across the page. I have done it before, but try to learn from the mistake. There we go. And now I'm going to have a look in the camera to see how that looks. It looks sort of smudgy and I quite like that look. What I'm going to do though is I think it needs a little bit of colour. So the moon, I might do, I'm going to take this light blue, which is number 30, and just add the tiniest bit of colour into some parts of the moon. To do this, if you don't want to, you can leave it white. And the stars, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. I'm going to go back to the 11 as it happens to be right next to me, but I'm not going to do them as bright as I did the windows, just a little hint of colour in the middle. Now you might like to do them with yellow pen or glitters or things like that, but I'm just going to keep it like that. I think that's okay. But I am going to take my white pen again and go back over this bit here where, because it's not dry, it's not going to work, this bit here where it's extra dark. Yeah, it probably isn't going to work that well. And this bit here. And the top of that star looks a little odd where I've missed a few bits, I think. I'm just going to touch it up a bit. It may have to wait until it's properly dry first. But there we go. I'm going to leave that like that. So we've got a sort of blurred looking sky, and then we can focus in on the houses. The things that we've got left to do though are the front door, and I'm going to use the blue that we used for the sky, number 63, but I'm going to press a lot harder on here so we get a nice dark colour. And then we've got the curtains. Now I quite like it to tone in with this, but I think it might look a little odd if the curtains are the same colour. You wouldn't have your curtains the same colour as your front door, would you? So I'm going to pick the green that we used for the trees instead, which is number 5, but I'm going to keep it light so hopefully it doesn't look the same as the tree. It comes out really dark. So we'll see. It actually looks darker. Maybe if I go in darker then it will look different to the trees instead. Do it that way. I don't seem capable of making it light. I think it would look better if it was light, but I can't seem to do it. I think I'm quite heavy-handed. There we go. I think that is done now. I'm happy with that. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring.